also teach at Duquesne University. And I make my students read a little bit about the Lincoln-Douglas debates because that was also a time where politics was very dangerous, and there was this huge issue that was hanging over everything, obviously, which was slavery. And Lincoln and Douglas actually, each in their own way, had a sophisticated understanding of democracy. And Douglas made arguments that a lot of us would accept today on other issues about the way local communities should be able to decide things for themselves. But Lincoln's main point was, no, slavery was like a cancer. The spread of it has to be stopped and eliminated because it will eventually attack the foundation of our society, which he thought was basically the words from the Declaration, which were all men are created equal. We now say all people are created equal. He thought that was like the fundamental point from which all of American society kind of emerged. And then if you threatened that, you threatened everything. And he believed that literally. Like, he thought that if slavery was allowed to spread, the oligarchs who owned slaves would become so wealthy and powerful that they would take and take and take, including from, what you'd call the white working class of his day, and that it would make life worse and more unfair for everybody. And we think of Lincoln as a winner in history now because he became president, but he lost that campaign. That was a Senate campaign when they had those debates, and he lost it, saying what he believed. But I think about that all the time now when you get to this question of what are we doing and why are we doing it and who are we doing it for, that argument that our own freedom really depends on taking seriously the threats to other people's freedom around us. And it takes, it requires us to think about the idea that all people are created equal. And are we still defending that today? I would say there's only one political party anymore in America that takes those words seriously and gives them a literal meaning.